Hey guys, how you guys doing? So, I've been getting requests to review this, so I'm figuring why not go ahead and read. I'm gonna be reviewing the Saw series, okay? Saw franchise. So, I'm gonna start the series. I'm gonna review the first film in the series, which came out in 2004, Saw. Every puzzle has its pieces. This is the first film in the series, came out in 2004. This was the debut of James Wan. This is his first movie he directed. He going on to direct like The Conjuring, The Conjuring 2. What other movies did he direct? I can't remember. He did do Dead Silence, Death Sentence, Kevin Bacon, which is like, it's not a horror movie, it's an action movie. This was his debut film. Now, this was written by Leigh Whannell. Leigh Whannell also stars in this film. It stars Cary Elwes, Danny Glover, Monica Potter, Tobin Bell, who is, of course, Jigsaw, or Billy. What else is in there? Michael Emerson and Ken Leung. Some of these actors I don't recognize though, but I do know Ken Leung. That name does sound familiar though. It's basically, if you don't know what the Saw series are, there's 9 films in this series. So there's Saw. Now the first 7 films come out each year. Like this came out in 2004. Saw 2 came out in 2005. Third one, 2006. Fourth one, 2007. The fifth one I think came out in 2008, and sixth one came out in 2009, and Saw the Final Chapter came out in 2010. It's also known as Saw 7 or Saw 3D. So, this is based off of a short film, okay? This is based off of a short film that James Wan directed. I think it was a short film he directed. It was only 9 minutes. This is one of my favorite films. One of my favorite horror films of all time. If I made a top 20, this would be on here. I really like how the packaging is too. I need to grab the rest of this kind of release. So, this is my favorite of the series, of course. So, basically, the series, there's these people, each film trash pretty much, and there's a timer running and all that, and they have to get out of the trap, I guess, before timer runs out, and they die pretty much. So, there you go. So, about our photographer, Adam Stannard, played by Leigh Whannell. He's in this dilapidated bathtub, pretty much. That's my uncle. Alright. His ankle's chained to a pipe, okay? Across the room is Dr. Lawrence Gordon, who's played by Cary Elwes. He's also chained. And between them is a corpse of an apparent suicide victim, pretty much. And he's holding a revolver and a micro cassette holder, pretty much. And they both find a tape in their pockets, pretty much. And Adam's tape does say, Adam saves urges him to survive, pretty much. So, well, Gordon's tell. Gordon's tape does tell him to kill Adam by 6 o'clock or unlock his wife. Allison, who's played by Monica Potter. And his daughter Diana will be killed pretty much, and they find a bag. They do find a bag containing 2 hacksaws in there, and inside the toilet pretty much, and they're trying to cut the saw the chains pretty much, and Adam's saw does break, but Gordon does realize the saws are meant for their feet, and identifies. So basically, later on, Gordon does saw his foot. They identify their captor as the Jigsaw Killer, pretty much. Jigsaw, Billy, Tobin Bell's character, he's basically testing his victims through these games, horrific games, pretty much, where they're getting tortured, pretty much, I guess. And there's a timer in, and they have to try to get out of what trap they're in, and if the 60-second timer pretty much, if it runs out, they'll die. So, which, I mean, I think it's a cool film. 5 months prior, okay, Gordon was while discussing the terminal brain cancer of the patient John Kramer, who is Jigsaw, Billy. That's his real name, John Kramer. Basically, he was interrogated by detectives David Tapp and Steven Singh, who David Tapp was played by Danny Glover, and Steven Singh was played by Ken Lung. So, Gordon's alibi. Hold on. They found his pen light at the scene of one of Jigsaw's games, pretty much. So Gordon's alibi cleared him. But he agreed to view the testimony of the Heron Act, which Amanda Young is introduced. She's in Saw 2 though, but she's not in the first film though. But it does. She's the only known survivor of one of the Jigsaw traps, pretty much. After Gordon's release, Tapp and Singh do find Jigsaw's warehouse, and they use the videotape from Amanda's game. And there, they apprehend Jigsaw, and they save a man from a trap, pretty much. Jigsaw, he's in a pig mask. He wears a pig. He wears a pig mask. He wore a pig mask on his head. And he slits Tapp's throat, and Singh chases Jigsaw down this hallway, and there's a trap where they run down a hallway. Singh, there's traps right here. There's a gun. There's like a wire, and if he steps on the wire, the gun will blow his head off. Pretty much, it blows his head. It shoots him. It kills him. So, and he's killed. So, there's in prison pretty much. Allison and Diana, they're held captive at their apartment pretty much as their captor watches Adam Gordon, who is, his name is Zep. I think that's his name. Zepp is the captor. He's watching them through a hidden camera, pretty much. The house is systematically watched, pretty much, by Tap, who, after being discharged from the police following Singh's death, his throat has been healed because Jigsaw slit his throat. He's became obsessed with the Jigsaw case, pretty much, and is convinced that Gordon is the killer, pretty much. So Gordon does find a now back to what I explained about the captor. The captor isn't Zepp. But it probably is. I don't really remember. But Gordon does find a box containing 2 cigarettes, a lighter, and a one-way cell phone, pretty much, and he recounts his abduction in a parking garage in a pig masked figure, and then we go back to the bathroom. So Lawrence Gordon was kidnapped, pretty much, and then that's how he's ended up in the bathroom. Now, Adam's abduction, basically, he returned home, pretty much, and he found you hear Jigsaw laughing, and he finds a puppet in his dark room where he stored photos of Gordon, pretty much, and that's how he ended up in the bathroom, chained up, pretty much. So Allison is held at gunpoint, pretty much, calls her husband and warns him not to believe Adam, pretty much. Adam admits to Gordon that he was paid by Tap to spy on him. So, and reveals his knowledge of Gordon's affair, with one of his medical students, pretty much, who have visit the knife after he was abducted, pretty much. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, so Gordon Dacouses, whatever it's pronounced. Sorry, it's my uncle. He has allergies. Chooses the affair after, is the reason why he's being tested, pretty much. Adam does find a photo of Allison and Diana's captor, the captor is Zepp. His name is Zepp Hindle, who an orderly at his hospital, pretty much. So, once the clock strikes 6, Zepp, seeing that Gordon still is not managed to kill Adam, so he moves to murder Allison and Diana, pretty much. But the former frees herself and fights him, and the struggle does attract Tap's attention, pretty much, where he saves Allison and Diane and chasing Zepp to the sewers, pretty much, and he does get killed. He gets shot in the chest after, a brief fight, pretty much. And, Gordon only aware of the gunshots, pretty much. And screaming, he's shocked, and he loses reach of his cell phone, pretty much. And in desperation, he saws off his foot and shoots at him with the revolver, pretty much. And he does wake up. Zepp comes into the bathroom, to kill Gordon. And Adam has the toilet tickler, and he beats him to death with it. we don't see it, but he beats his head to a bloody pulp pretty much, and the toilet tank lid breaks. Now this doesn't need to be that gory. The first one, this is the least gory. Though I'm pretty sure the only reason why they made more films is probably to show more blood and gore. The traps, make the traps more cooler and everything. Well, I can't say cool. To make more traps, the traps unique and everything. There are some traps I do. There are some traps I don't like, but there's a few I think are pretty cool, creative. So after he beats him to death, after he beats Zep, Gordon does crawl out of the bathroom to find help. Adam searches Zep's body pretty much for a key. He finds another tape revealing that Zep was just another victim of Jigsaw pretty much. So, following rules to obtain an antidote for a slow-acting poison he was given. So, when the tape ends, the corpse in the room is revealed. The corpse in the room wakes up, and it's John Kramer, Jigsaw. He tells Adam that the key is down to his ankle chain. The key to his ankle chain was in the bathtub. And he went down the drain, and when Adam had first awoken, pretty much horrified, Adam does attempt to shoot John Kramer with Jigsaw with Zep's gun, and John electric shocks him through his chain and exits the bathroom pretty much, and he's sealing the door pretty much, and that's the end of the movie. Adam's screaming like whatever. He's leaving him to die pretty much. And that's Saw. That's the whole movie. I described every scene in the film. So that's it. I love this movie to death. The traps are really good. It didn't need to be all bloody and gory. This one, now this is the least gory out of the series. Now, I did see the new Spiral movie in the theater, and I liked it. It's better than Jigsaw. Jigsaw, I'll get to, but I don't own Jigsaw or Spiral yet. I do need to get them, but Saw, probably the best one of the series. Probably the only one I really care for. I like Saw 2. Saw 3 was okay, I guess. I wasn't the biggest fan of Saw 3. And then Saw 4 is really where it began from. I was like, oh, done, whatever. So that's Saw from 2004. This is the first film in the series. I will get to the rest, so stay tuned for that. I love you guys. Stay tuned for more videos coming up. Talk to you guys later. Peace out. Bye.